Hey guys, we're going to look at some examples of factoring trinomials. Ax squared plus bx plus c, where a equals 1, leaving us with simply the x squared plus bx plus c. So I have three examples here, and what I would like for you to do is pause the video, you work them, and let's see if we end up with the same answers. Okay, so the first one. What I want is this form, correct? This is the form that I'm looking for. So I'm going to look at the factors of c that sum to b. So my factors of 8. So I want the factors of 8. Factors of 8 and in their pairs. 1, 8, 2, 4. Which pair of factors sum to b? 2 and 4. So I know I'm going to have a 2 and a 4 there. So x plus 2 and x plus 4. So again, what I did was I found factors and then I added. That's the math behind what I did. Next, I'm going to check my work and I'm going to multiply two polynomials together. X squared plus 4x plus 2x plus 8. X squared plus 6x plus 8. And then I check. Yes, same things. This is good. Okay, next one. I need to find the factors of c that will sum to give me b. And this is the form that I know I'm going to go to. X plus something times x plus something. So factors of c. But notice, right there I have that negative sign with b. I need them to add up to be a negative number. I need them to add to be a negative number. Alright? So, but it has to end up being positive for my factors. My factors have to be a positive, so I need my factors to both be negative. Negative 1, negative 25, or negative 5 and a negative 5. Which set can I add together to get a negative 10, my b? So these are the factors of c, which is 25, and I'm going to sum them together to get b, which is a negative 10. So I have a negative 5 and a negative 5. So x minus 5 and x minus 5. Again, I do not like having this. I do not like having a plus a negative number. I like it written as simple as possible. There's nothing wrong if you leave it. If you like x plus a negative 5, by all means you may leave that. And then we multiply together. So that becomes x squared and a negative 10x and plus 25. Same thing as what I started with. Now, if you see the math here, if you can look at 25 and see that, well, I know it's not 1 in 25. There's no way I'm going to get a negative 10 out of that. There's nothing wrong with being able to do that, but you still need to work out, especially whenever you check your answer to see if you get the same thing. All right? As you move along and you become more proficient at doing these problems, they will become easier. It's like most things in life. So sometimes you can get a number that is C that can give you a ton of factors. A lot of these factors you don't have to write out. You can disregard. For my examples, though, I'm writing them out. All right, next one. I am going to look at the factors of C. And if we notice, I have a negative sign there with C. That whenever I sum them together, I will get B. And this is important right here. I have a negative there. So that means at least one of my factors in that pair have to be negative. Again, this is the form I'm going to. X plus something times x plus something. And I'm finding the factors of a negative 32. Again, I know that 1 and 32 are not going to give me 4, but I will write them out. Same here, same with 2 and 16. But then as I move on, though, the closer I get, because just doing some mental math, just doing some mental math and looking at it, you don't have to write out every pair of factors. So for this, I want to add the factors, the pair of factors together from C, which is 32, and negative 32, and I need them to equal a plus 4. I need them to equal B. That's my pair. I have a negative 4 and an 8. So what I have is x minus 4 times x plus 8. X squared plus 4x minus 32. Yes. Same trinomials I started with. Alright, one other thing that I would like to point out is to make sure that you understand two things. This one here can be written as x minus 5 squared, same answer because it's times itself. And the simple premise of either one of these two answers can end up being the opposite. I can have x plus 4 times x plus 2, or not the opposite. I can use the commutative property to move those two terms around. Commutative property of multiplication, or this one could be x plus 8 times x minus 4. I will still have the same answer. And it harkens back to this. Let's see, 2 times 3 equals 6, and 3 times 2 equals 6. Okay. Commutative property of multiplication. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there are some example problems of factoring trinomials where a is equal to 1. Good luck on the rest of your homework.